Soul Twin Audios. Stories created solely with the vintage soul in mind.
OTRTSTA, what story can I connect you with today?
I don't really need a story. I just wanted information.
Very well. Tune your radio dial to anchor.fm/Soul Twin Audios. That's SOLE.
Soul Twin Talk, a backstage pass into productions at Soul Twin Audios through guest interviews, commentaries, promos, and featuring your teasers and trailers. We're into week 5 for this series, Soul Twin Talk, and I'd like to hear from you. Do you enjoy catching up with my productions? Are you enjoying the promos, interviews, and reviews I'm including in each episode? Please let me know. I'd like to continue this series every Sunday for at least a year. Right now, you can follow us on Anchor or Spotify, but we also started putting our productions over on YouTube to try and build an audience of listeners over there. I have a goal to get 100 subscribers on YouTube and an audience of 100 listeners over on Anchor. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and would like to, I'd really appreciate it and would certainly subscribe to your channel too. I'm always busy here in my little studio, coming up with ideas and producing episodes as often as I can. I'm happy to tell you that Rope is now in Jack Ward's hands and will be released on August 21st. I have a feeling you're all going to enjoy that one. Now that my goal of producing 4 episodes for Jack Ward is complete, I'm going to focus my attention now on producing more episodes of old-time radio theater, Salubrious Falls Book 1, which is Phobias Unlimited, Cecil Elliott Productions, which will tie into Salubrious Falls, and Patchwork Creations. I actually just wrapped up the casting call for Season 1 on Patchwork Creations, and I think you'll all be pleased with the cast and scripts selected. Dylan Horinek will be hosting it, and he's a simply amazing voice actor.
Listeners, voice artists, Dennis Moore is producing a recreation of Crime Club's The Topaz Flower, and he needs you to audition. The deadline is July 31st. This is a paid opportunity and a very fun experience, similar to what they do at Project Audion. It's live, it's remote, it's old-time radio theater at its best. If you love a good mystery and want to try your hand at playing the detective, contact Dennis Moore over on Facebook for further inquiries.
Are you looking for a new podcast to try? Check out Glenda Blast Your Ear Off, audio flash fiction stories written by Josh Bush and narrated by Glenda Villamar. You can find the podcast on YouTube, Twitter, Anchor FM, and other podcasting platforms.
I'm here in the studio now with voice artist and creator Sister Indica, who's going to talk to you today about the audio soap opera Blazed All Our Lives.
Hi, Sister Indica here, creator and star of Blazed All Our Lives. We've got the catfights of Dynasty, sassy humor of the Golden Girls, and the supernatural vibe of Charmed. Yes, we have witches, except they're like really stoned. If you love melodrama, comedy, and a splash of horror, check us out. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you in Misty River.
Soap operas still manage to appeal to people despite their decline on television and radio of the past. What inspired you to create Blazed All Our Lives, and can you give us a little bit about the main storyline?
If I had to summarize the story of Blazed, which is very difficult because it's a soap opera, so there's all these different threads, different storylines, ever evolving. So it's really hard to really nail down a soap opera in like a really short, bit of information. But if I had to summarize it, it's really my character against the world. everyone hates my character, Sister Indica. She is a media mogul. She has her own media empire, Rogue Nun Productions. Whether it is a rival media company trying to destroy her, just people in town that hate her for whatever reason. There's a long list of reasons people can't stand her. Everyone wants to destroy her. And even the people that are her friends are often betraying her unbeknownst to her. So everyone has secrets. Everyone's got dirt on everybody. And it's really these people negotiating, trying to jockey for power in this small town. And it's just a lot of backstabbing, betrayal, catfights, bitchy banter. And if that wasn't enough, we also have a surrealistic element. We have witches and a commune of witches that sometimes, affect change in the story with their magical abilities, and other times they don't. So you never really know what's going to happen. You never really know who's on whose side. It's classic soap opera. You get all the tropes. You're going to see deadly diseases with experimental cures, tons of paternity drama, people you thought were related but aren't, or people that you didn't know were related are. All those tropes that you're used to in the soap opera genre. Someone's in a coma, someone you think is dead, they come back and it turns out they never really were dead. Anything you can think of, evil twins, whatever it is, anything you can think of, brainwashing, it all takes place in Blazed All Our Lives. And what prompted me to create the show was it was actually just going to be a one-off Christmas special for my old podcast called Joy Bomb, which was just an interview podcast, but I really went all out at Christmas time and did high production value specials with musical numbers and everything. And I had met some really incredible drag queens in Phoenix that were so incredible, creative, talented in acting as well. They were all actors aside from being drag queens. And it was really me meeting all of them. Rosie Bush, Joanne Michaels, Pandora D'Estranger. It was in meeting all of those that I felt this chemistry, especially Rosie Bush. If I'd never met Rosie, I never would have created the little one-off special that was Blazed. And if they weren't all in the show and they made it so incredible, and the entire cast really performed so well and the show came out so good, that I fell too much in love with it. I said, look, I've got to we have to do more of this. And that was back in 2018 in December. And now we just wrapped production on our 7th chapter in the series. And we are getting ready I just finished casting everyone for part 8. So it's gone on a lot longer than I thought it would. And there's just so much more coming from us. I mean, really, this is just really the beginning.
What got you into voice acting, and what or who has been your biggest influence when creating roles?
I actually never set out to be a voice actor. It was never my intention. And you'll hear that in the first few chapters of Blazed. You're like, oh, wow, what a great cast of people. Oh, God, she's not that great. But over the years, I've really grown as an actor, as a voice actor, and I fell really in love with it. And I truly do enjoy the voice acting part of it. Before, it was really me as a writer. That's really what I was enjoying, was the writing of it and the producing and the directing, like the behind the scenes stuff. But over time, I grew more comfortable as a quote unquote voice actor, and I love it. And I would say that I draw upon all the actresses that inspired me throughout my life. As a young child, I was always drawn to Bette Midler. I was drawn to B. Arthur. Pretty much anyone, Roseanne before she went off the rails. So sad. But yes, Roseanne was a huge inspiration for me. Just that dry, sarcastic, bitchy, bad attitude kind of vibe that my character has really kind of is reminiscent of Roseanne or B. Arthur in Golden Girls or Bette Midler in the movie Big Business, which is my favorite movie of all time. So those are really the inspirations I draw from when I voice act.
Can you tell us about any of the other projects you've either worked on or other audio drama companies you've voiced roles for?
I'm so new to the audio drama community because I really have I've been so laser focused on all of these chapters of Blazed. We started in, late 2018, and we've just kept rolling all this time, whether it's production or just me writing. So that's been my focus. But I have had a chance to work with incredible people like Julie Hoverson, who does 19 Nocturnal Boulevard. So I worked with her on something that isn't out yet, but once it is, I will let you know. But I got to voice a character for her, which was my only time ever voicing anyone else besides Sister Indica on Blazed All Our Lives. But I'm really open to it. Like, now that I said, like, my skills have grown over the years and I've really, really put effort into becoming a better voice actor, I'm totally open to playing other roles. But I will say I have no interest in playing male roles. I'm a non-binary person. Male roles do not resonate with me at all. I'm more than happy to play any female role, trans role, non-binary role, whatever. Just don't give me a male role. I have no interest.
Is there a particular role since you've joined the audio drama community that you've just been chomping at the bit to play?
I've recently started listening to a podcast called Cascadia, and it's just a brilliant show. Absolutely brilliant. I love the concept. I love that it takes place underwater, and it's, just a thriller, and it's kind of terrifying, and that it's not like this campy, outlandish show that I do. It's, it's like a real serious type show. It's, something you would see on TV kind of thing. It's, you ain't seeing Blazed on TV. No one's putting this on TV, but this is a show I could see becoming a Netflix show. So I would love to do like a serious part, a real act, truly a serious character. Maybe someone that works in, the government or something. That would be kind of cool. Maybe play the governor, maybe a female president or something. Who knows? Whatever. I'm open to anything. But yeah, I would love to be on Cascadia. I think the show is fantastic. Definitely think everyone should check it out.
Sister Indica, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your creation of Blazed All Our Lives with us. And now, our featured demo from Alexia Charalambus.
My people were never meant to rule. We are not pure of blood. The idea of a maiden from the Emerald Mountain achieving the status of queen was an obscenity.
No, not here. Not again. Oh. Why can't I control it? Just please make it stop. Oh, thank God. I can feel clearly now.
Greetings and a warm welcome to Utopian City. As a star traveller, you are welcome to avail yourself of our extensive facilities for as long as you require. Repair and maintain your vessel. Feed and nourish your body. Restore and rejuvenate your soul.
Now, walk to the door and press the button on your left to open. Jammed, is it? You'll have to override the controls. Look up and find the red override switch. Got it? Now, using the left trigger, aim your rifle crosshairs at the switch.
Phew! That was easy. Too easy. Wait, what's that? The doctor has run out of time. I have to find him now. My victory is complete. Did you really think you could turn me into your slave with that crystal shard? Look at me! See how powerful I am!
All right, Kat, it's nearly time to go to school.
Don't want to.
Why ever not, matey?
Stupid. Chasing mice is much better.
Now, school isn't stupid at all, matey. It's quite the opposite.
Is that then?
Well, when you chase mice, you have to run lots, don't you?
Yeah, so? I wish everyone would just leave me alone.
Hey, what is that?
No, Zargil. We don't need to wake the others. We can do this on our own. Come on.
What are you doing here, No, don't tell me. Let old Farian figure you out. I see it. You've come here to save us, haven't you, weakling? Save us? But what I don't understand is how the perpetrator managed to use those knives so accurately in the dark. Oh, yuck! What is this? Cheese? What kind of person steals antique knives, attacks a countess in the dark, and eats cheese? Hello? Is anyone there?
Unchained Productions brings you exciting side quest short stories in Dungeons and Damsels audio dramas.
Oh, a story? Well, all right.
That's some tale you tell.
I don't have a real story of adventure or anything.
Bear is wise.
Dungeons and Damsels, sword and sorcery stories of adventure, excitement, danger,
Make me laugh.
and some humor as well.
Trust never fails to bust me up that one.
The knight steeled himself.
Dungeons and Damsels short story side quest adventures featured on Anchor, Spotify, Dramify, WordPress, and other audio platforms. And best of all, it's free.
Keep your coin. You'll have need of it.
Stop by the sword and sorcery medieval fantasy world of Dungeons and Damsels by Unchained Productions and listen to a tale or two.
You have a deal, my new friend.
And now it's time for another audio drama review.
From Markiewitz Audio Works comes a bone-chilling story of madness and murder.
You did something unspeakable, didn't you?
Unspeakable?
You're mad!
Mad, you say? Oh, I think it was his eye.
Based on the 1843 short story by Edgar Allan Poe.
I was never kinder to the old man than during the whole week before I killed him. For it was not the old man who vexed me, but his evil eye.
I think I have had a sly visitor over the past few nights.
And fell upon the vulture eye. Oh, it was open. The old man's hour had come. He shrieked once only. The old man was dead, and with calculated haste, I dismembered the corpse. Just make it stop of the beating of his hideous heart.
The Telltale Heart.
I was lucky enough to be selected as a beta listener of Jason Markiewicz's adaptation of A Telltale Heart. He often has a group of volunteers listen to his productions before their official release. Now, I finally had the opportunity to sit down and listen to it. Jason has given me permission to share some of my thoughts with you, and hopefully that will encourage you to want to listen too. The score is absolutely incredible. Hayden Faulkner does an amazing job with composing music that really draws you in, and it adds to the atmosphere of Poe's story. Portraying the role of the protagonist, Jason does very well to bring this character to life, and I can tell that he's very passionate about his adaptation because it really comes out in his acting. If you're a fan of Poe, then this one is worth checking out.
Two long years I've walked the same street home. The lack of life rolls off my back now. It's almost like it's normal. All I can see are just shades of how things used to be. The way we were. Part of me wants to believe that there's an end in sight. An end to walking this street and not seeing signs everywhere to stay away. An end to seeing bodies left in homes because they can't be moved. maybe even see someone that isn't in uniform. It isn't like this everywhere. I'm just one of the several that are cut off from everywhere else. Elsewhere, they have their life back. They know how it feels to be normal again. But for me, all that I can do is keep going, hoping that one day I'll feel what they do. I mean, it's a simple feeling. That feeling of being happy, you know? Shouldn't you have switched off by now? I bet you're sick of the sound of my voice.
You know the score, Gara. I'll stay on for as long as you need me.
And that concludes our episode for today. Be sure to tune in next week when I interview Sharon Grunwald, our host for Patchwork Classics. As always, be safe, be happy, and always remember,
I can do anything. I can reach any goal today. I can do what I want. I can be what I want to be.
You've been listening to episode 5 of Soul Twin Talk. I'm your host, Rachel Pulliam, and I'd like to thank my guest, Sister Indica, for being with us here today, along with the people who contributed a promo: Glenda Villamar, David Ian, Stu Woohall, Jason Markiewitz, Sister Indica, and Alexia Charalambus for sharing her demo with us. The Soul Twin audios and Soul Twin Talk themes were composed by Ross Bernhardt, with additional music by Storyblocks.